Well, Betsy, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the coronavirus energy vaccine program?
Yes, I was so pleased to be invited to listen to your message that came through and to be part of the group that was on the first recording. And I expected it to be more of a meditation and a programming. So I remember I laid down, I was just kind of taking it all in, not even participating too much in the conversation. And I was surprised it was so conversational, and it almost seemed cerebral to me. I was expecting it to be more spiritual or more emotional. But there it was. It was done. And then I didn't even make it to the second one. I became very busy. Even though I'm just staying home, I still seem very, very busy. And so I didn't listen to the second one, to be honest. Then I saw your request for a conversation for what was happening. And when I checked your second request, I really wasn't feeling well. That day I had a headache, and it's very unlike me to get a headache. And I had light sensitivity, I had aches and pains, and my husband said, "Well, take your temperature." I'm not hot, I'm fine. And even though I had been shivering for about an hour the night before, okay, I'll take my temperature. And it was 99.6. Oh, I've got something going on here. And didn't want to do anything. And then took it again, and it was 100 degrees. Well, this isn't good. Took it a couple hours later, getting towards the end of the day, 100.4. And I started not liking the gym. Then my throat starts getting scratchy. My breathing starts getting limited. I'm like, I'm on the computer like everybody else. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? And I'm messaging you back like, I can't talk about anything right now. I don't feel good. And you're like, well, what I'm getting is that you should listen to that recording, and that's all you need to do. So, okay, I'm going to listen to the recording, and I'm going to set the intention that it would be really nice if my temperature would go back to normal after I listen to that. So I'm listening to the recording, I'm doing my dishes, and I'm really paying attention to all the different subjects. And it's reminding me of what I did on Tuesday. I had gone out of the house because I needed to deliver some floor panels that say stay 6 feet away in our local hardware store. And I had seen all my dear businesses in the neighborhood closed, and traffic down, and it made me so sad about businesses. And then I handed things to people, and they handed it to me, and I was touching things. I was really concerned about transferring any germs. And then I went to our printer, and she spent her whole time, lately, like researching masks. And we had different types of masks. You could pull them up like a hoodie. You could pull them like this way, and you can get them branded, and all these different personal protective equipment that we're now selling as branded items. So I was trying to get back and return, pick up and return and do things, and I was just completely drained by the end of the day. And here you were gently dealing with each of those issues. We're concerned about the businesses. We're concerned about our health. Just all the things that came up. And of course, I did invite archangelic energies and God to participate and elevate my vibration. Lo and behold, at the end of the presentation, I went to my thermometer, stuck it in, waited at least 3 minutes, took it out, 98.7. And I thought, well, let me just double check. I put it in back for another couple minutes. 98.7. There you go. Great results. And I appreciate
Fantastic
it.
result. Not bad for 60 minutes or so. Yeah. It's really interesting, isn't it, that archangelic energy treatment that happens at the end. It's about what's within us. It's about changing ourselves from within, because really we're experiencing what's coming from within all the time, but not necessarily from within the soul, which is pure love and that very, very high frequency of divine love. So when it gets in on the act, everything is transformed by that. So you're a really remarkable example of this process, this quite newly available process. I know that you're very busy. You're a businesswoman helping people all over your community. Did you get a chance to watch that video or listen to that video before then? Because a few days after the initial call, I put that out to the people on the list, and you would have been on the list, in case you wanted to look at it. And then a week later, after we'd done the second one, and I think both of them, the video links were put out then. But it'd be interesting, I'm certainly interested to know whether you had watched that previously.
No, I participated when you recorded it, and then I listened when you gave me that suggestion. And other than that, I'm pretty much dealing with whatever seems like it's the utmost of urgency. And
Sure.
sorry, that didn't get to the top of my.
Well, it got to the top when it needed to get to the top, didn't it?
Exactly.
And I would suggest that when a week has gone past from having done that first one, go and have a look at the second one, because that one is different from the first one. First one's about the coronavirus itself and the health issues relating to that, and people being triggered internally by the constant barrage of media and deaths going up and cases going up and just the whole chaos of the world right now. But the second one's more about the effects on society of this coronavirus pandemic and being locked down and different effects that it has. So that might be helpful to you as well, because again, your archangelic energies will come into play and transform you from within and create essentially another level of immunity, because when we accept the activation of those beings, which are essentially our soul, we're giving them permission to do all sorts of interesting stuff within us, because they are the energy transformers. So they can keep our energy calibrated in that love vibration. And that second video relates to business. So you're an active business person in the time of COVID-19. So I think it would be really an interesting experience for you to do that if you choose.
Yes, thank you very much. I will put it on my calendar
Make
as an appointment.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Betsy. That's a wonderful story. And thank you for sharing what you had to share with the viewers, because they are new to this, and that's why we're doing these conversations, so that they can get a bit of a preview of the possibilities for them should they decide to get involved with this particular program.
Yeah, I am just so excited to think about how the timing of when you sent your message to me to watch that video may just be exactly what they're getting. They're getting that message of, it's time to watch the video for you now.
Yes.
Take the time to watch it and open up to the angelic energies. Go ahead.
Exactly. Synchronicity becomes your new normal, really, when you start working at that archangelic energies level. You know, most people know the archangels as the archangels, or figments of somebody's imagination if they don't believe in them. But the purpose of them being described to me and sharing this with the people on the calls as the archangelic energies is that everything is energy. They are energy. They are part of each and every one of us. They are the energy transformers. And when we change our energy, we change our lives.